Hello, and welcome to the second episode of our live digital puppet show, where we will be discussing how our puppets work and answering questions from fellow animators and cartoon fans. So, hello Anthony.
Hello Scuss. So I think we're live and I think everything's working. So we'll soon find out.
Yeah, if there's anything going wrong, if one of us stops talking, if you can't hear us, if one of us is too loud, put a comment down below and hopefully we'll pick up on that. Right, so in today's episode we're going to talk a little bit about what we've been working on this week. Anthony's then going to talk through how to set up an NDI for Character Animator. Finally, we'll be going to the questions, see if anyone's been anything they want to know from us, and then that'll be the end of the show. So, right, Anthony, you want to kick off what we've been doing this week?
Well, first of all, what I wanted to do was I was going to talk today about setting up NDI. If you want to create a live show like we're doing right now, one of the tools that you need is the NDI plugin from Newtek. So this doesn't come with Character Animator, so we thought it'd be best to run through it so that you could so we could tell you how to get it set up for yourselves. So the first thing that you would need to do is go to the Newtek website, and the link is here, and go to the Adobe Creative Cloud section and just download this and install it. Then you will find in all your Creative Cloud apps like After Effects, Premiere and Character Animator, you will have NDI installed, and if you've done it correctly you will see this. Okay, let's get up. Alright, there we go. So in Preferences, if you go to Live Output, if it's installed correctly you will have Newtek NDI output, and this is what you want if you want to be streaming to either Wirecast, OBS or what we're doing with Vmix. I mean, you've got Mercury Transmit already, that works well, but if you want to be bringing in especially multiple characters, then NDI is definitely the way to go. One thing to add, if you're using OBS you will also need a plugin for OBS as well, because I don't think it comes as standard. So again, if you have a look at the link here, there is a download that you can install, and then this will give you access for OBS. Then let's have a look. Then once it's all the programs are pretty much the same. Vmix and Vmix, Wirecast and Vmix and OBS. You will just generally have an input, which is on here. Go to Add Input. On Vmix, you'll find it here, NDI Desktop Capture, and as you can see, we've got Scott's character from one computer as well as other things being transmitted, and then from my computer you've got my face. So you could have multiple computers all running their own versions of Character Animator and get multiple characters brought in. So, and that's pretty much the way we get it set up. But we thought we'd explain this because, like I say, it doesn't all come as standard, and you need to install all of these things first off to be able to get it all working. And that's pretty much it for the NDI setup. I mean, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask.
Well, I'll tell you what, whilst, if anyone wants to post up any questions about NDI setup, go ahead. And if you have any other questions, whether it's about, if you're working with Character Animator and you're setting up your own puppet or anything like that, if you have any issues, feel free to ask and we're happy to help. If you haven't got a clue what Character Animator is and you're just interested in how we're making our cartoons live, again, post questions and we're happy to help as much as we can. In the meantime, Ant, do you want to talk through what we've been working on this week in regards to Mr. Shippy and Pug?
Yeah, well, we're looking at making our own show. Other than this one, we're going to make an actual review show. And we've got two characters that we're going to use, which are Mr. Chippy and Pug. And this is the setup we've got. And we're going to be looking at reviewing TV shows, trailers, games, and all that sort of thing. And we thought it'd be a good way to like get something out. I've got... Let's see, where is he? There he is. This is our updated Mr. Chippy. Scott's been working on him and adding a few more triggers, which I must say are really cool. My favourite one has to be this one.
That's the screaming one.
Yeah. I'm not sure what all the triggers are for this, so I'm going to work my way through and see what ones we've got. And that's Eek.
Eek, yeah. I call that my Cartman. You know, like when Cartman goes, you know, just like squints his eyes and goes, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. Slow smile.
Yeah.
Super sad. Scream again. Normal sad.
That's his like yuck.
Yuck face.
If you see something I don't like, it's a bit freaky on YouTube. Angry. He's in love. One. Yay.
Normal smile. Happy smile. Shocked. Smug smile. So, as you can see, we're adding a lot of different... There's a nice confused face. Lots of features. And Scott's currently working on the Pug character. So, hopefully once we have that together, you'll see how you can make something a bit more like... This is a kind of just... Yeah, we're answering question live and seeing how things go, but we'll try and make something a bit more polished with Pug and Chip to show it all works properly. We've got a few questions, so let's get up our chat.
Yeah, you're going to... how's about we put Chip away for the minute, get your head back, and let's read through some of these questions.
Alright, there we go. Back in. Yeah, NDI works... Yeah. Through the Ethernet connection, so any computer that's connected to your broadband router, if it's through say Ethernet or through Wi-Fi, you can connect. So you know we've got a laptop set up with character animator set up, and then you can bring that in as well. That works quite well. Actually, on the web page that I showed, there is a good video, and if you go from around 4 minutes 48. He actually explains how they've set up.
We can, once the video's over, we'll put a link to all the pages and videos that we've shown in the show, so you know you can find them and look at them yourself. Though, if you look right now on screen, well, you could have done. You could have seen the web address in the top. Right. Okay. Any more questions have we got here?
Let's have a look. Only questions from Amy.
The Bunny XOX. So she seems quite impressed with the sad face from Mr. Chippy. But she did also ask, what was the question? How do you add sound to your digital puppet? Well, Ant, you might actually want to answer this one because it's quite a bit of a setup getting just us two talking at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit... Getting the sound set up is pretty simple. The issue comes to when you want to monitor it back. We've had to kind of do a kind of workaround at the moment. We've got Skype running at the same time, so if Scott in the other room can actually see what we're doing on screen and can hear what hear us talking. There's definitely better ways of doing it, but we've kind of done a quick workabout for it. But I mean, it does the job. We can. You know, Scott can hear me and we can see how things work.
Right, yeah, but that answers that question.
But I don't, but still.
Oh. Well, let's have a quick look. Oh, hang on. You guys are in the same location, right? Ant, do you want to answer that?
Okay, yeah, we're in the same location, so at the moment it all has to run through, like I said, through the same router. There is a way, and I'll probably go through this on one of our one of our videos. We're going to try it next week, I think. With Vmix, there's a thing called Vmix Call, and I could get Scott to call me, or I can call him, and then he could have his character set up with a green screen background. So we just do it over an internet connection. So a bit like a Skype call, but I can bring him in and actually bring him into the scene as well. We haven't tested this yet, but
theoretically we could be in different countries. But like Anthony was just saying before I interrupted him, we haven't tested it yet, and we're not sure what the lag factor might be. We are going to try it out soon, so we'll find out. But if you want to know more about Vmix, we did speak about that. We spoke about our whole setup in our first episode. If you look back on our YouTube page, you'll be able to see that from last week. And Anthony did go through in quite some detail about our setup. But, like I say, if there's anything we didn't cover, feel free to post a message in the comments below, either when we're live or old videos. We do go back and check any messages that have been posted, and we will do our best to answer everything. In fact, last week a gentleman got in touch with us, and what was the problem he was having with his puppet ant?
Yeah, there was someone who contacted us about, basically they wanted a genie to move, but to keep the tail end of the genie connected to a lamp. He
wanted the lamp to keep rooted, didn't he? Not to be moving about.
So yeah, he was having the issue where with the puppet, the head was moving, but the body wasn't moving, or the body would move and the head wouldn't move separately, and either way, the tail would swish side to side. But we managed to fix that by adding... how do we do it now? We added a face to both the body and the head, and using fixed things. But we'd have to do a proper video to explain that.
Bunny XOX again, what jobs are you doing? Both Anthony and I are very busy. We have multiple digital puppet jobs on every week, and we've got some really good high profile jobs on at the moment, but we can't actually tell you about them just yet. But as soon as we can, we'll be happy to share them. Again, if you look on the corkboard behind Anthony's head, you can actually see some samples of puppets we've worked on in the past. And if you look on our YouTube page, whenever a project is finished and cleared up and we're given the go-ahead that we're allowed to share it, we post everything on there for everybody to see.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you've just reading the comment saying this would work with kids' YouTube channels, I think it'd be amazing with actual characters that kids know, and some actual proper voice actors who have a scripted show in place with questions to ask the children. I think it'd be amazing.
I mean, me and Anthony are by no means whatsoever proper presenters. We're literally just the designers, and we're doing this live segment just to showcase to people how you can have a live cartoon animated character. But like Anthony was just, you could take any character, you could get something like Peppa Pig, and you could have Peppa Pig talking to audiences directly. And it doesn't have to just be on social media or YouTube, Facebook, whatever. You can have it out on display, at shows, at conventions, exhibitions, wherever you want. So the potential for this software, it's the interactive part of it, which is, I think, most exciting. Hopefully this show is really just us talking about the nuts and bolts of how our puppets work and how the software works. But as Anthony demonstrated earlier, we've got Mr. Shippy, and I'm just working on Pug the dog, and hopefully we're going to be doing our own little cartoon show very soon. At the moment, I'm just doing as many emotions as possible, because that's really what brings a character to life, when you can get them emoting properly. So I mean, let's see what my character make me looking a bit sad. If Anthony says something that I don't agree with, look a bit miserable. If I tell a lie, my nose will grow. What else have I got? If I'm looking a bit puzzled, whoop. So I think the key thing when you're making a character is to create as many realistic emotions as possible. And also with a cartoon, you should make them, you know, really, you can do whatever you like. Right, have we got any more questions before we sign off? Eeks, which is Echo, hello Echo, asks, are you able to do full body in Character Animator Live? Yes, Echo, you are. You can. You can do a full body, you can make them walk left and right. In fact, you can have them turn around 360. You can have them do whatever you want them to do.
I can actually, I will actually get a quick character, a full body character with a walk cycle up, and I'll show you how that works. Quickly, might as well.
Alright, just bear with us 1 moment. No, Anthony's not using morph targets at the moment. He's using Character Animator. Even though his character is 3D rendered, it is still working on a 2D format.
The actual lip syncs and facial, all the animations have been created using morph targets though, and then rendered out into 2D.
Yeah.
3D software, I use Lightwave 3D and ZBrush as well. But then any 3D software can be used. It doesn't really make any difference. As long as it's rendered out into a 2D image, then it'll be fine. I'm just going to get up a character. Let's get this one.
What can I do to keep people entertained?
Go, you keep talking, Scott. I'll get something up.
1 minute. Hang on. Let's see what I can do. Yep, that's my magic trick. You ready yet, Anthony?
That's just loading.
Right, let's see. What are the questions? No, I think we've answered everything so far. We did miss a comment from Fran Brendan. She said, super cool work, guys. Big thumb emoji. So, thank you, Fran. Much appreciated.
There we go. Here's a character that I created for someone.
What have you got there?
This is for someone was creating a.
But to you didn't. You was provided with this artwork.
Yeah, I've been provided with the artwork, and I've just rigged this character together. But this is just a good example of a character that's full-bodied, with draggable limbs, and also it has a walk cycle, which is quite handy, but doesn't seem to be moving off the spot at the moment. There we go. If I
The thing with Character Animator is actually the potential for what you can do is massive. You can have the characters be as simple, like what I am right now, a floating head, or as complicated as you want. You can really do fantastic things with this software. Though that said, our characters aren't just limited to Adobe Character Animator. Anthony, and also alongside our friend Echo, you've both been looking into, well, what have you been looking into?
Yeah, we're trying to look into creating a 3D setup in a similar way, but using Unity. But we're still early days of that yet. So when we've got something a bit more concrete to show, we'll definitely be showing you that.
Well, I've seen some of the things you've been working on, and that's looking fantastic. Like you said, it is something you are working on, but it's something really exciting to look out for. Mind you, Ant, if you move your head out the way just a little bit, you can see the red monster just behind you.
Yeah, but that hasn't gone live yet, so we'll wait to show that. Yeah.
This is kind of what, when Bunny XOX asked earlier, what are we working on? We do have a lot of clients who are high profile that really don't want us sharing what we're doing for them until they've gone live. We've got loads of really cool things that we'll be able to share with you in about a month's time. But you're just going to have to be a little bit patient. Right. So, hang on. I must explain to everyone out there that Bunny XOX is a bit of a mole because she is my daughter. So she's posting questions for us. So hang on, what did she just say here? You missed the basic pilot's what's that? Oh, so the basic pilot. No, Amy, we did answer them. We did answer them questions. You should pay more attention and go to sleep. It's late. It's 9:30. Get to sleep. Right.
Well
anyway, I think that's it for today's show. We're going to keep it nice and short, nice and sweet. And next week, because we're going to be back again at 9 o'clock GMT time. Is that correct?
GTM time.
Yep. Anyway, we're going to be back next week, 9 o'clock. And on next week's episode, Anthony's going to be looking a little bit more into how he does his 3D characters in Character Animator. And then the week after that, I'm going to be talking through how I set up my smooth 2D mouth rigs. Because the mouth animations are actually some of the most complex rigging that I do on my characters. And hopefully also, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to get a few customers in that we've done work for and interview them and ask them why they wanted the character, what they've been doing with the character. And that's it. So thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you. Right? Yep. Okay. Wait up. I think someone's sneaking in a question just before we go. The basic pilot. What level of Vmix are you using?
Currently, we're just using the free trial. So we haven't decided on what level of one we're going to purchase yet, but we do use quite a lot of channels for our particular setup, though we could probably get around with not the most, I can't remember what all the different levels are now, but not the most basic, but the next one up. I think it was about 100.
It's the third option.
Yeah, third option around 100.
The first option is free. The second option was, I don't know what, $80 or something like that. And the third option was 100 and something. It might even be the fourth option, I think, that we might go. And that's only because there's two of us. And we do require a few more channels. And we needed Vmix Cool. But again, if you look at episode 1, we do go over our setup in Vmix. So we answer a few questions in that episode. So check it out.
Cool. Okay, and again, if you have anything that you want us to go through in an episode, send us an email, send us comments on one of these videos, and we'll add it in. Literally, these videos are just to help people how to use Character Animator and set up something like this. So, happy to help.
Yeah, don't be watching this episode and look at how the characters are working, look how we're talking to you live. That's the most important thing to look at. Don't look at our presenting skills, because we're not presenters whatsoever. So hopefully we're, entertaining a little bit. Answer your questions, that's the main thing. Right, Anthony, is that the end of the show?
I think that is the end of the show. Okay.
Right, roll curtains. Goodbye, everybody.
Okie dokie, bye.
Are we still live?
We are! Again, it's going bye.